My name is Khasangwe Balopi, and I'm the reigning Miss Africa 2018. I think for me, changing the ideology of pageantry in Africa is a great thing, because pageants for the longest time have been considered very derogatory towards women, and this is when now women are given a platform through the Miss Africa pageant to be able to stand in the forefront and in the limelight and say, we are here and we're here to make a change. Woman power, and that's why I love this pageant so much. Hi, I'm Nariti Mendes, the first ever crowned Miss Africa. I won Miss Africa in 2017.
Angola!
Winning Miss Africa was an amazing opportunity for me to be the voice, be the feel, and be everything that revolved around the effects of climate change, because I was the ambassador during that year. I think a lot of people come here and they have the perception that this is a normal pageant or a very ordinary pageant.
You know this already. I'm assuming you guys have prepped before. You're not just coming here because you heard on the street and you just dashed in. So I hope you're ready.
This is a very exclusive pageant. It is very, very prestigious, hence why it builds you and molds you into a woman that you must become for Africa, not for yourself. Many girls thought that participating in a beauty queen beauty pageant, it's only about the looks, and I went there, I fought harder, and at the end of the day, I think that's why I won.
My name is Thomas Ikbama. I'm the head of production Miss Africa and also the SSA to the Governor of Cross River State on events and tourism. My hopes for Miss Africa 2018 is clear. We want to make it bigger, bolder, and better. The first edition was in 2016. Our theme was on climate change. The second edition was last year, 2017, and the theme for last year was migration. This year, which happens to be the third edition, is Africanism.
Africanism is changing the mindset of the world towards Africa. It is rewriting a new story about Africa.
Africanism is His Excellency's way of telling the story of what Africa is all about. You know, there's this narrative that we said Africa is dependent on Asia, is dependent on the West, you know. But if you look at what's going on right now, there's a lot of FDI, you know, that's coming into Africa, meaning that Africa itself has come of age, you know. Everything that we do here, we should be able to speak for Africa and say that is exactly what we want to do regarding selling ourselves and letting the world know that we are indeed one and we are indeed a superpower.
And Africanism to me is unity. Ubuntu, I am because you are one. Only uniting can we obviously eradicate all these problems that we're having in Africa, whether it's migration, whether it's climate change. Only uniting, only together, and that was my saying when I won. Alone I can be heard, but only together can we make a change. For me, as a staunch Pan-Africanist, Africanism means the uniting of Africa, the breaking down of borders, the learning of diverse cultures and ethnic groups, and just literally integrating into one powerful force that we all know we are. I mean, Africa is the richest continent in the world. Why else do we need anybody else?
Perfect Miss Africa has to be someone that definitely has the brains. She must be beautiful. She must look like the true African woman. She must be able to speak. She must be able to have that intellectual way of expressing herself.
This is a pageant that needs a woman of substance. We need a woman that is not just thinking or just making up ideas.
Someone that can come out and stand in front of the United Nations and say, I am Miss Africa. This is what we are trying to share. We're trying to change the narrative. We're trying to speak for Africa.
Hi, Tintswalo.
Good morning,
How are you?
judges. I'm great, thanks, and how are you?
I'm awesome. Can you please tell us, well, we know your name now, but tell us your name, your age, and a little bit about yourself.
Like I said, good morning, judges. My name is Tantalo Mnisi. I am 21 years of age, and I am from South Africa, Gauteng, and I reside in Pretoria. Tantalo Mnisi is a vibrant, intelligent, and very ambitious young lady who's focused about empowering young kids and empowering them in confidence and bringing up their confidence as a child. Because I believe that as a child, if you are not confident, you can never achieve anything that you set your mind to.
Beautiful. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
But tell me something. I mean, just in general, I think when I am very passionate about something, it's because it directly affected me somewhere. Why did you specifically choose to be? Well, you didn't choose, but why do you think you're so, into this empowering young people?
Well, because I was bullied for the color of my skin tone.
You were bullied?
Yes.
For how long? And when was this?
For as long as I can remember. I actually outgrew this phase after high school, which was 3 years ago. So it's been going on for quite some time, and for a person who's just outgrew the phase, it's actually hard to adjust from the different adjustments that I had to make. But so far, so good.
What would you say, what does Africanism mean to you? What do you think is the essence of being African to you?
Well, the essence of being African to me is being able to build people, Africans mostly, being united as Africans, having to share our cultures, religions, whatever that we Africans share as a whole. We have different traditions, cultures, religions. So as an African, I believe that I have to learn other cultures, religions, and the cultures, religions, and how they behave as Africans, the norms, the morals, everything about that. To me, it's Africanism, being able to know what that person is living, how is she or he living.
I believe that I am not defined by my appearance. I'm rather defined by my character and the person that I present to other people.
We really need to be aware of where we come from. I'm really, really, really proud of being African because we have a lot of different potentialities and a lot of culture that we can't find anywhere else.
Being African is being dynamic, it's being beautiful, it's being loud, it's being felt, it's being heard. There's just so much to being African. I mean, Africa's such a large continent with so much diversity, so much culture, so much energy. Especially right now, I feel like we're in a really exciting place. As Africa Now, the message Africa Now is everywhere we go. And I think embodying that is really what being African about.
Day that you are bestowed such a strong and a great honor. So obviously I had great shoes to fill. The queen before me, Nariti Mendes, did an amazing job. So it came upon me to strive and, do better. So I think for me it was an amazing, amazing journey. It was difficult at first because you have to adjust to the lifestyle, to the diet, to everything. But at the end of the day, hard work and determination always gets you where you want to be. So for me, it was a roller coaster, but it was a great one.
The reason why I think Miss
Africa is such an important pageant is because it's not just an ordinary pageant that selects a girl based on her beauty. It selects an ambassador that can fight for all the dilemmas that Africa is going through. So Miss Africa is, besides the fact that it's the biggest beauty pageant in Africa, it is a beauty pageant with a cause.
On behalf of all the judges, I would just like to say that we had a holistic overview to pick in the queen. Not just beauty, but intelligence is very, very important. Her poise, and we could see that the crowd agrees that Miss Angola deserves the crown, so congratulations.
My role in this year's Miss Africa is to become the girls' mentor. Seeing that I am the Queen Mother, the first ever crowned Miss Africa, the Miss Africa committee gave me the responsibility then to mentor the girls and guide the girls on how they need to behave, not only during the competition, but also for the upcoming Queen during her reign. It's a great responsibility. I am so honored and super excited because it will be my first year working with the girls, and seeing that I've been in their positions, I've been in their shoes, it's only right that I can relate, and yeah, I think they might open up to me. I think I'm a bit friendly for them to open up because I want to know them from within. Like I want to make them really tell me what it is that they're going through in their families, who they really are. You know, look past all the makeup and the eyelash and the wigs. I really want to know the girls from within, so I'm very excited.
The advice I have for the girls that have entered this year is that you need to be the best version of yourself you can ever be. I mean, you can try so many times to try and be somebody else, but the best person you can ever be is yourself. And I learned that so much this year, standing your ground and knowing what you want, but most of all, taking yourself seriously. It's very important. So I think for them, they just need to know that it's gonna be a tough one. Boot camp is not easy. I did not have an easy time as well during boot camp, but they just need to be prepared and be calculated in everything that they do.
The advice that I have for the girls that have entered this year, that will enter in the upcoming years, is don't try to be like me, don't try to be like any other queen. Be the best version that you can be. I know it's what I already spoke to the girls about it, and I can't state enough. I know that it can be very overwhelming. I know that at the end of the day, you feel like you almost have to show face. You have to be the loudest one in the group because you feel like nobody is looking at you. There's so many beautiful girls around you, and you need to do extra. It's like the saying goes, a little goes a long way. The girls will be in the boot camp for about 20 days or 2 weeks. You know, if you're the loud one every single day, when you need to be the loud one, you'll be tired. Take it one step at a time. Take it one day at a time, most importantly, and eventually have a strategy.
Today, we are only going to touch in two. I'll give you guys two or three. I'll give you guys two. What do you think is one thing that is vitally important? That if you look at me, eventually you'll know I'm doing, but I didn't mention it today. Thank you. Come to the front. Give me 5 squats. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that again. What is it? Eye contact. Thank you very much.
What I will be doing with the girls for the next couple of days is technically workshops. It's a beauty pageant workshop. So we'll be having team building sessions. We'll be having psychological sessions where we have like I'm a psychiatrist and they're my client. We'll be talking a bit about their intimate life. I'll be teaching them etiquette as well.
Look people in the eye. Eye contact. You might say nothing at all, but looking people dead in the eye. Not with arrogance, not like this, raising one eyebrow. Oh, annoying. It just shows that you don't care what the person is saying. Look me stare into the eye. Yes, nice to meet you. If you add a smile, not a, now you look crazy. Just a smile. Wink. Flirt. As though you're so captivated by what the person is saying. Nice to meet you too. I'm very nice to meet you. You have beautiful eyes, right? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Sit up. Sit up. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Mentorship is very, very important to me specifically because during my reign, I had no mentor. So it was like, ride or die, you're on your own. I had to learn the hard way. So I really feel that if I had somebody to tell me what should have been done, how it should have been done, it would have been so much easier. So I want to take away that weight from the girls. It is only right that we do the right thing if somebody who has already done the right thing teaches us how it should be done. It's only easier, and they already have so many things going on. I just really hope that I could take away this pressure and eventually make them understand that besides the fact that this is a competition, there will only be one winner. And everybody else that didn't win will be going back to their respective countries, and they need to still act like queens because they truly are.
I know that you don't need to hide behind all the fashion clothes and all the makeup and all the eyelash for you to be recognized. You guys are equally strong with or without. Sometimes you might feel like you're doing too much and people are not realizing. I know that feeling. But you are enough.
The other reason why I think mentorship is so important to me is because even though there's only one winner, I still think that every girl should go home with something.
On a scale, yeah, people need to see this. They gonna learn, you guys gonna learn today. Ooh! On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate her look? Guys, even if it's a 2, I don't care. What do you rate her look? 12. How much? 10. What do you rate her? 11. What do you rate her? What do you rate? So you're just gonna stand here and smile? They complimented your look. Oh, very much. Sit down, go on. Accept compliments. Thank you. It's going to happen at any given time.
Right, ladies, so we're going into our debate today. And today's debate is Africanism slowing down the development of Africa? Are you guys for or you guys are against this topic, okay? So is Africanism or no, it's not slowing down the development of Africa, okay? You guys have 8 minutes to get into your groups and discuss and say whether you think or you don't think, and then you're gonna come back and let the debate begin.
So we all know culture is dynamic, culture evolves. We don't have to keep practicing one thing for the same time for a very long time. Some practices that we Africans have developed are slowing down the development of the continent. Some of the practices are child marriages.
Africanism is not slowing down the development of Africa because for Africa to develop, we all need to be together as Africans.
Africanism eliminates migration because we don't need to be going out to different continents to look for greener pastures because we have to embrace what we have in Africa because Africa is me and Africa is you.
And it is because of some traditional practices that we have adopted as Africans that were not there to begin with, that we are still behind and not developed. Things like African time. When you are told to be here at 10, you come at 10:05. Why? Because of African time. We make excuses at times. Therefore, we don't develop at the same pace compared to our counterparts.
Africanism gives us our true values. It embraces our culture and our morals, and it is the reason behind all over 56 countries in Africa gained independence and went against the colonial rule. Because we had our values, we had our morals, and we knew what's good and what's bad. It gave us unity.
Hello Africa, I'm Sarah, I'm from Algeria and I am 24 years old.
My name is Charlène Ayi from Togo. I'm 23 years old.
Bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Dorcas Dienda, j'ai 24 ans et je représente la RDC au concours Miss Africa Calabar 2018.
My name is Mary Peter Craveris, 24 years of age, representing Tanzania.
Olá, África, chamo-me Kélcia da Costa e tenho 23 anos.
sou representante de Angola.
Molweni, Africa. My name is Paulette Neo, and I'm 23 years old, reigning supreme from the also diverse Rainbow Nation, South Africa.
My name is Kalisha Chingani, 26-year-old, and I come from Malawi.
My name is Chisache Bona, representing the Pearl of Africa, Uganda.
My name is Annelise Wendebele, and I'm 24 years old, representing Zimbabwe.
My name is Sumi Abdurrahman, I'm 23 years old, representing Somalia.
My name is Delaya Wusade, 21 years, representing the pride of West Africa, Ghana.
My name is Gladys Kayumba, representing the beautiful country of Zambia, and I'm 23 years old.
My name is Amor, I'm 21 years old and from South Sudan.
My name is Ndapewa Matthews, 27 years old, and I'm representing the land of the brave, Namibia.
Je m'appelle Lobna, je suis tunisienne, j'ai 20 ans et je viens de participer à Miss Africa Calabar 2018.
My name is Yari Tutu, a 23-year-old, representing the smiling coast of Africa, the Gambia.
My name is Mariam Ray and I'm 20 years old, representing Kenya.
I'm Salva Paulino from Mozambique and I'm 24 years old.
Je m'appelle Ala Halabi, j'ai 24 ans et je représente le Maroc.
My name is Nemeka Chimamaka, God's goodness. I am 18 years old and I am representing the beautiful country of Nigeria.
Je m'appelle Ornella Gahimbali, j'ai 24 ans. Je représente le Burundi dans Miss Africa Calabar 2018.
My name is Efamba Merit Atta and I'm from Cameroon, 22 years old.
My name is Patience Pitaro. I am 21 years of age from Botswana.
I am Harrietta Alpha and I'm 20 years old. I am from the proud and beautiful country Sierra Leone.
My name is Ideme Natasha Fsil and I am representing the land of 1,000 hills, Rwanda.
My name is Andy Swamanglewa, known as Andy, just to make it easy, and I am the show director for Miss Africa. Well, this year's theme is Africanism, as you know, and what that means to me personally is humility, beauty, being proud, and the space that I work in, especially, we've seen dark, beautiful, tall, exotic girls making waves internationally. So that to me means being African is owning your space, owning who you are, because there is no standardized version of beauty. So that's what Africanism is. We are going to see different parts of Africa being presented very well, being brought beautifully by each girl in their very own ways. We usually have tradition, girls wearing their own tradition from their own countries, but this year we've said, you know what? We are Africa. We don't have to separate each other. Let's all be uniformed and have different translations of what this means to each person. And at the final show, we're going to basically see Africa being brought together as well. I'm here, guys, today to help you step out. When I walk into a room, I know that I want to be noticed because you don't know who's there. And trust me, that has done wonders for me. I don't want you to try and walk like me, but I want you to possess the power that I possess when I walk. So this year I brought the element of Strut with Andy, which is workshops that I started this year, where I train the girls not necessarily on how to walk, but just owning who they are, confidence. And doing what I do, I sit and work with a lot of young individual girls, and I've realized how much they struggle to actually, strut with purpose wherever they go. So Strut with Andy this year is going to help a lot, especially because we've opened the competition to women that are not necessarily from the fashion industry, but to be able to come and walk in public and present themselves with confidence and dignity. So just because I walk a certain way does not mean that when you're not walking the way I walk, you're doing it wrong. Yes, there are certain things and certain rules for the runway that I will tell you, don't do that. Don't shake your body too much. Don't shake your, don't swing your arms too much. Don't look to the front, engage your, okay, so this is not a fashion show, like I said, this is a pageant. So obviously crowds will be there to watch you guys. So the first thing that I want you to know is your presence and acknowledging your crowd. So when you walk out of there, people will be screaming, yay! So the last thing I want is this. I'm sure you've seen that. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's a difference in engaging crowds. So when you walk out, it's walking out. So when you're told to get out of backstage, you walk out. Obviously the crowd is there, and this is you. I'm here. Yes, I see you. Then you look at the camera. Focus. If you have to tell yourself 20 times, Andy, and this is what I've been in a competition before, and this is the one thing I walked away with, that when I'm in a competition, even when I'm in a show, it's about me. I zone in, and it's about me. And when I say it's about you, I'm not saying be arrogant about it and be unfriendly. No. Even when the next person is trying to talk to you, just be polite about it. I'm zoned in now. I'm about to do Andy. I'm leaving Andy so behind, and Andy is about to take over. Do you like what you see? You can clap now. Can you do that? Yes. So can we do that one by one? Who's my number one? I didn't see you engage your crowd at all. You just ignored them, but you look beautiful. Okay, so what I'm getting from you is this. Move back. Yes. Yes, now. This is how you shake your hips now. You must feel it. Okay, that's beautiful, but can we just work on? She just left me there.
The experience was beautiful and a little bit challenging, in a competition. I can say it has been smooth throughout. It has been a little bit challenging, and I'm here because I believe this is an opportunity to be a better version of myself.
I love that. That's powerful. That means you know that you can be better.
Sometimes funny meeting new people, like so many people in a short period of time, coping with them and making new friends. I love your eye, they look good on you, and I love the highlights on your face. When you look on the other side, they look so blind.
Oh, thank you.
My experience in boot camp, I would say it's been teachful. I've learned a lot from the other girls, I've learned a lot from the organizers and all the programs that have been scheduled for us. The struts with Andy, the sessions with Nurite. It's been teachful all along and fun also, yeah. My favorite part in the boot camp is the strut with Andy. I love walking on the runway. I love learning from people that know more than me. So she was always telling me what to do, how to do it right, when I'm not getting right. I love that, yeah.
My boot camp experience has been life-changing, definitely one that I'll never forget. I never ever thought that I would ever experience something as different as this. It's been very teaching. I've learned a lot of things. I've interacted with people from different countries, and I've learned a great deal about Nigeria. And yeah, it's been awesome.
My experience in this boot camp was like really interesting. Like it's getting more interesting every day. But I think it was really fun. I was expecting like intense and rules, but it was actually fun. I don't know if I did just enjoy it or maybe someone else didn't, but for me it was just fun, interesting, and really I learned a lot. I actually learned a lot.
My experience at boot camp has been good. We have the good times, we have the bad times. I've been scolded for some mistakes I did, and I think I've learned from it. I've met new people. Sometimes we don't agree on some things, and sometimes we agree. And I think that's just life. And I think I just met a new family. I just have a new family. I have 2 families now. And I don't think I should regret this kind of experience in my life.